Faith development is all we do. Unitarian Universalism is the faith that we teach, and the congregation is the curriculum. And I went, dang, I'm good. Wow, I said that. Well, I believe you. And those three statements kind of went viral after that. It's been repeated in books, it's on bookmarks, it's on the Liberal Religious Educators page. And so I'm going to unpack that for you a little bit. Faith development is actually the job of every religious organization, every congregation, every temple, every synagogue. It has the job of helping individuals develop their own depth of spirituality. So we're no different from the Baptist congregations or the Jewish synagogues. We're no different from any other body of people that are trying to help individuals become. Now there can be places in religious community where it's useful to have people get stuck in one stage or another. Because there's actually a developmental stage that people reach where it's an us and them stage. We have the truth, you don't. We have the only truth. Anybody who doesn't believe our truth is evil. Anybody who doesn't believe our truth is wrong or ignorant. And we are not the people that want that to happen for humanity or individual human beings. We want people to become and become and become and become. In Unitarian Universalism, we are not born again. We are born again and again and again and again. We are born over and over again. So, if we're just exactly like every other faith community in the fact that faith development is our job, what makes us any different? Or are we any different? Well, Unitarian Universalism is the faith that we teach. So we have to know what that is, don't we? And it can't be what it is not. We went through a whole stage where we would literally describe ourselves by what we weren't. We hear people who are recovering Catholics or recovering Baptists or recovering one thing or another, right? Who find us. How many of you are born Unitarian Universalists? Can I see a show of hands? Or born Unitarian or born Universalist, but yes. Oh, look at these young people, see? So I'm going to tell you that this is the largest group I've ever seen hold their hands up in a Unitarian Universalist congregation. Do it again, please. I'm blown away. Thank you for staying. We've tried really hard, those of us who are finders, to, make it irrelevant and all of that kind of stuff, but it's not. So if we're going to teach Unitarian Universalism, we need to know what that is. So what is Unitarian Universalism? I want you to take your hymnals, and I want you to open it to this page. It does not have a number, but the sentence begins, "We, the member congregations of Unitarian Universalist Association, covenant to affirm and promote." It's this page right here. It's in the very front of the hymnal. So, Unitarian. Unitarian is God is one. That's not all that hard of a concept, is it? God is one thing. The holy is one thing. The holy is everywhere. Translate it however you want to, but the divine is all around us and within us. It is one thing. So Unitarian means God is one. Universalism is God is love. There is a love holding all. So when the merger happened in 1961, what did Unitarian Universalism become? One holy love for all. the divinity of love that is inside of you and shines out of your eyes, out into the universe, exists in the universe too. There is no one that is beyond that love. No one outside of that love. One holy love for all. Unitarian Universalism. So what is our discipline? We have 3 disciplines, and they are on this page. I'm going to talk about them. So the first discipline are our 7 principles. And it is our covenant to one another about how we will be together. Not with just one another, but in the world. So we are a covenantal, not a creedal faith. What's the difference between a covenant and a creed? The difference between a covenant and a creed is that a covenant is a set of behaviors, how we will be together, how we will do what we will do. And a creed is a belief statement. I believe in God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, of things visible and invisible. The Nicene Creed is a belief statement. Ours starts with covenant to affirm and promote. We are going to do these things. They are not a belief statement, right? So we are a covenantal. Our first discipline is that we are a covenantal, not a creedal faith. The second discipline is in the sources. Our sources of wisdom. And that is that we are pluralistic, not fundamentalist. We are not the people of one way. We are the people of many ways. Everyone's headed up the mountain. Everybody's headed towards their own becoming. Everybody finds their own path, but we hold hands across the expanses so that we're walking up the mountain together in covenant. We agree with the Dalai Lama that anything that leads to a good heart, any belief, any discipline, any spiritual discipline that leads to a good heart is a good discipline. Amen. We agree with that. So we are pluralistic, not fundamentalists. We are not the people who believe that there is only one truth, that there is only one way. We are the people that believe there are many ways. We are the people that understand that there is more than one thing true at the same time. We are the people who understand that individuals have perspectives. We are the people who understand that we may believe one thing today and another thing tomorrow. And that leads us to our third discipline, which is down here in the last paragraph. We are a living tradition. Ours is not a tradition set in stone. Ours is changeable. The rules that we made yesterday may be the rules we need to break tomorrow. The things we set in place in this moment will need to change in 20 years. Every decision that gets made, we will have to rethink. Because we are the people who become and become and become yet again. So that brings us back to the 5 smooth stones. So I'm going to unpack those stones a little bit for you. Because the very simplistic way that I told that story this morning is not the way James Luther Adams wrote it. Because, you know, he was a theologian. And they have a lot of words, right? So it was actually in an essay that he wrote, 5 Smooth Stones of Liberal Religion. And so I'm even going to paraphrase that because I'm not going to repeat the entire 37 pages of what he wrote. But I am going to talk to you about why I came up with the 5 values that I came up with those about those stones. So, revelation is open and continuous. That is our living faith tradition. So we come full circle back to the stones. Revelation is open and continuous. Revelation is not sealed. Each one of us has a relationship with the divine, with the holy, with the amazing part of the universe that is both within us and without us, that we are a part of, that we are connected to, but we are not the whole thing. Revelation is open and continuous, and so therefore we should have great hope. Great hope. We come to Unitarian Universalism with our own free will. We do not stay because we are threatened with hell and damnation. We are not born in sin. We come of our own free will, and we stay because of covenant and love. And so the second stone of liberal religion is love. We come in hope and love to build the just and loving world. Not just here. This is where we practice what we're going to do out there. Here should be easy. Is it easy?
No.
Okay. Here is where we practice what we're going to do out there. And so that third stone is the stone of justice. And we know we do not believe in the immaculate conception of virtue. We know that everything, every change, every difference we make in the world will be done by our hands. There is no one coming to save us. No one. We must save ourselves. We must save our siblings. We must save the world. And what will that take? That will take great courage. So the fourth stone is courage. And take heart, friends, because we have everything we need to do the work of building the just and loving community. We have each other. I have you, you have me, you have one another. We have found this path together. Some of us were born into this path. We have one another, and we have everything that is holy and divine in the universe at our disposal to do the work of building the just and loving world, and that should cause us great joy. So the fifth stone is the stone of joy. Hope, love, justice, courage, and joy, my friends. I cannot thank you enough for being my partners in this work. It's hard. It's not easy. Ours is not an easy path, but it is a joyful path. And every partner I find along the way, I am so eternally grateful for. So thank you for being my partners. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through, and with thanksgiving we are a living sanctuary anew. Make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved right through, and with thanksgiving we are a living sanctuary anew. You make us aware we are a sanctuary, each made holy and loved
sanctuary.